of Womb Aura Tribe. How are you? It has been way too long since I have tapped into this frequency and uploaded a video to YouTube. If you are new here, my name is Crystal. Welcome to Womb Aura. This is a beautiful, safe space for the divine feminine queen, aka you. On this channel, we speak about spirituality, we speak about consciousness in the forms of meditation and how we can really raise our vibration, raise our frequency through meditation, through mindfulness, and also integrating the beautiful gifts that neuroscience and quantum physics has to offer us. If you are new to this channel, thank you so much for tuning in, and for the beautiful women who continuously tune in and support me, I thank you and I love you for being here. I am here because of you. Honestly, as women, when we come together, we truly can cause such a great shift in consciousness. It is with our femininity, it is with our feminine energy that we are catalysts for change. And I honestly and truly believe that integrating the divine feminine, the divine masculine that exists in us as individuals and as a collective is the way that we will begin to see this new earth that is currently taking place inside and out. On today's video, I really want to speak about something very close to my heart. I just love the art of consciousness. I love tapping into consciousness and the incredible gifts that we own as a human collective. And we can tap into this power, we can tap into this gift just by creating some subtle shifts in our day-to-day activities, through habits, through thoughts, through emotions. If you see me looking down, I just have a few notes here. So I want to talk about identity shifting. And there is a lot of talk about this right now because we are entering a new earth. So a lot of people are searching these topics and asking deeper questions like, what is my purpose on this earth? What am I here to do? What is the work that God, that universal consciousness, has called for me to do in this lifetime? Before you can shift into the greatest version of yourself that already exists according to quantum law states that there is an invisible field of energy that is wrapped around us, right? It exists everywhere, anywhere, at all times. And in this invisible field of energy exist numerous, infinite possibilities, which means that the version of you that you are seeking to become already exists. The version of you who you are seeking to grow out of already exists. If you can close your eyes and get quiet, and you can experience the version of you that you would like to call in, that is how you know that by quantum law, this version of you already exists. It actually exists in the most important place that you could ever find, which is in your consciousness, in your mind. But how do we bring her to life? How do we bring her to fruition? Before you can go ahead and just leap into her, something that I want to express is you have to understand who you are right now in this time and space. According to quantum law, all possibilities exist, and all possibilities are infinite. And so who are you right now? Who are you in this present moment, in this consciousness, in this body? Some of the most important aspects to really dive into when questioning who you are and really diving into who you are is trying to understand your thoughts, your emotions, and your belief system. Thoughts and emotions carry a specific energetic charge. Let me tell you. So thoughts are electric, emotions are magnetic. I'm sure you've heard of the term electromagnetic frequency or electromagnetic grid, or surrounding our physical body is an electromagnetic auric field. And so, electromagnetic, you put those two words together, and then when we separate them, we understand that thoughts are electric and emotions are magnetic. Something electric carries a charge. Something magnetic attracts something back to it. So if your thoughts are electric, they carry a charge. They put a frequency out into the universe. So you, as a conscious creator, create these thoughts and you push a frequency, or you emit a frequency out into the universe. You also produce emotions in your subconscious mind. With those emotions that are magnetic, you are attracting back to you the very frequency that matches that emotion. So if you live in a frequency of fear, you will attract things back into your life that match the frequency of fear, or happiness, or sadness, or peace, or joy. So the most important aspects that you must understand in this space and time before you can quantum leap into the next version of yourself is understanding the current version of yourself's thoughts and emotions. These thoughts plus these emotions create your belief system. Belief systems are usually created between the ages of 0 through 7. Some scientists also say between the ages of 0 through 12. That is because in this state, in this adolescence, we are mainly in a theta brainwave state. In theta, which is a very slow frequency, you are very programmable and suggestible. And so within this state of consciousness, you have curated a set of thoughts and emotions that you probably still live in today. However, the brain is extremely neuroplastic, or what we call neuroplasticity, and can rewire itself and is rewiring itself at all times. But you have to ask yourself, what are you feeding it? What are you wiring? Who are you right now? The version of you, what kind of thoughts are you thinking? And these are amazing journaling questions. So I definitely encourage you to grab a pen, grab your journal. The current version of you, what thoughts are you thinking on a daily basis? In regards to those thoughts, or in accordance to those thoughts, what type of emotions are correlated to those thoughts? So if I'm thinking a thought of, there isn't enough money in the world to go around, I'm always broke, I lack abundance, the emotion I'm going to produce is probably fear, it is guilt, it is probably emotion of scarcity, right? And so with that electromagnetic frequency that I've now produced in my field, I'm going to attract back to me things that will make me feel guilty, things that will make me feel scarce, things that will actually make it so concrete that this belief system is real. The universe only responds to your electromagnetic frequency. The universe doesn't pick favorites, even though, yes, we are favorites at all times. I am a favorite, you're a favorite, but the universe isn't here to punish you. The universe wants you to win. God wants you to win. God lives within you. And so I really want you to get quiet into a meditative state and start asking, if I want to become her, who am I being right now? What kind of thoughts am I producing right now? What kind of emotions am I feeling right now? And it's okay. I'm not saying to go ahead and just ignore the thoughts, ignore the emotions. Absolutely not. We don't put band-aids on things. We actually address them, we confront them. The growth is in the distress, it's in the ability to face your fear and really go deep into the programming of your subconscious mind and extract or eradicate the things that no longer serve you. It's not about escaping it, it's really just about facing it so you can overcome it, so you can become the version of you that you have dreamt to be, and I know it's in your heart. The second thing I want to say is, if we continue to create goals and create milestones for ourselves without really addressing our wiring, our programming, aka our thoughts and our emotions, these things are going to feel extremely transitory and haphazard. For example, every single year on January 1st, almost every single person on this planet creates a New Year's goal. Within that New Year's goal, we have things like, I want to be the healthiest version of myself this year, or I'm going to lose this amount of weight, or I'm going to learn this language, or I'm going to save this amount of money, or I'm going to pay off credit card debts, or whatever it may be. Come about March, half of these people, if not 75%, have fallen off. And we can look at things like focus and discipline and mindset. But what we really need to focus on is mindset. But what creates your mindset? Your thoughts, your emotions, which creates your belief system. So the person who set the goal was so unaware that when they said, I'm going to start going to the gym every single day, they were so unaware that within their thoughts and belief system, they were programmed to fight or flight. They were so programmed to emotional eating. They were programmed to feel pity, self-pity. And so their higher consciousness wants to go and create this beautiful goal and manifest these results. But 3 months later, they have fallen off. And instead they say, oh, I'm just lazy and I can't get things done. But no, you have programmed yourself for eons, for years, to think a certain way, to be a certain way, to feel a certain way, to act a certain way. So in order to create everlasting change, you must get into the deep programming of your mind through your thoughts and your emotions. How do we do this? First thing, of course, I'm going to suggest is meditation. A lot of us think that I can't stop my mind from racing, and so I'm not good at meditating. I can't meditate, Crystal, because my mind is always racing. Well, hey, my beautiful, sweet, loving friend, you're on the right track. If your mind is racing in meditation, you are on the right track. The only thing that you have to do is observe. Become the observer of the thought. If you close your eyes and you think a thought in meditation, and it looks like a movie on a projector screen, and you're literally watching the movie. If you're watching the movie, for example, if you're at the movie theaters and you're watching a movie on the projector screen, you know you are observing that movie. You are not the movie, right? Let's bring it back to meditation. When you're observing the thought, you know, okay, if I can see this thought playing in my mind, on my cinematic mind, my cinematic mind screen, whatever we want to call it, you know you are not the thought. You are literally the observer of the thought. Your higher consciousness is observing what is happening in the lower consciousness of your mind. And so, if your mind is racing, I encourage you to keep going. You are on the right track. An amazing tip, something that I actually incorporate into my meditations, is journaling. So I will place my journal and my pen next to me in meditation with the intention of whatever comes up that is not in alignment with my higher consciousness. You know if it's not in alignment, if it is in a frequency of fear or guilt or shame or any low vibrational emotion, you write it down. Write it down. At the end, you're going to have maybe 2-3 pages filled of just different thoughts. This is your conscious programming. What happens in the body when you think a thought on a cellular level is there are a set of neurons. There are branches of neurons within the brain that when a thought comes through, think of it as a chemical signal that comes through. So you have a chemical signal that passes by from one neuron to the other neuron. When this happens, a chemical signature is created between these two neurons. If you continuously think the same thought over and over and over and over and over again, you are literally implanting that thought into the hardwiring of your computer system. So automatically, you're now thinking the thoughts of that are grounded in guilt or shame or fear without even knowing it. It's become a subconscious program now. After you produce the thought of, let's say, I feel guilty for XYZ, or I feel fear of XYZ, that neurotransmitter then creates a neuropeptide. Neuropeptide is then sent into the bloodstream, and it has a specific receptor site on it that looks for a receptor site within the body, within the chakra system, or your main organs, your endocrine system. And that neuropeptide now has a chemical signature of fear, let's say. So it's going to look for an organ system or a cell within an organ system that has a receptor site where it can attach to. If you produce a neuropeptide that is filled with fear because of that thought, most likely it'll find a receptor site on the adrenal glands, because that's responsible for our fight or flight. And now you have literally cells within your body that are bathed in the chemical of fear. This is your subconscious programming. This is why it's so hard to change. You can't just change without understanding what is actually happening in your hardwiring. Your subconscious programming is the space where you have your memories and everything is stored, and things you will do things, act things out. Your habits, your memories are all subconsciously programmed. So in order to change, you have to understand how you are wired. One amazing way is meditation, like I just said. Bring out your journal, bring out your pen, and write it all down. Second thing is you have to become so familiar with the emotion that is associated with the thought that is associated with your current personality. So if you're thinking a thought of, I am so happy right now, I'm so abundant, become so familiar with the emotion of that abundance, of that thought. If you can feel it in your body, literally feel the emotion in your body. Okay, where does this emotion reside? Is it in my chest area? When I start thinking these thoughts of fear, where do I really feel it? Is it in my lower abdomen? Is it in my chest? Is it in my back? What does this feel like? Feel the intensity of it. Become so familiar with your old self. This is what we're calling her, the old self, that when she comes up, you will know exactly, this is her. This is my old identity. So now you set that goal. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to do 21 days of movement, just mindful movement. If you set the goal and the time comes for you to actually show up and take action, and you start to feel that feeling within your body, and you start to think the thoughts of, maybe tomorrow's better. You now are so familiar that that is your old identity. What you're going to do is something so simple, is you are going to interrupt the hardwiring, the programming. So you go to show up to your workout and you start to think thoughts of, you know what, maybe not today. You know what, maybe I'll just do it tomorrow. It's fine, it can wait. What you're going to do is one thing. You're going to say one word, and it is change. So, you know what, maybe we can just do it tomorrow. Change. This is not loving to me. This is absolutely not loving to me. This is a part of my old identity, and I am working on shifting into the new version of me. The new version of me shows up. The new version of me keeps her word to herself. The new version of me is bonded to her higher self. This is going to help you navigate the subconscious programming, because the subconscious programming is going to come up. And that's just the harsh truth. And I'm just being honest with you because I want you to grow and I want you to succeed. So again, to understand your old identity, you need to understand the thoughts that you produce or that old identity produces, the emotions that old identity produces. Those two things create your belief system. Sit in meditation and pay attention to your thoughts with a journal and a pen next to you. Write everything down. This is your conscious programming. Pay attention to how the emotion feels into your body. Invite the emotion into your body. Feel it. Feel its intensity. Feel its frequency. Feel its location. This is your belief system. When the subconscious programming starts to come up, when you are in the midst of changing and creating new habits and breaking those neuronal connections of your old identity, the thing you're going to do or what you're going to say is change. This is no longer loving to me. I love myself so much that I cannot even fathom not showing up for myself. I love and respect myself so much that I cannot even fathom not stepping into my dream life and my dream identity. I love myself so much that I can't even fathom not living another day on this earth without being the greatest and best version of myself that I know is possible for me. That is how you talk to yourself from your higher self. After you have shed light on the old identity, you've sat for your meditation practice, you're breaking the hardwiring of the subconscious programming, you are going to start creating your new identity. You need to be so particular here, so detailed. Become the most detailed, oriented version of yourself possible. What is she doing for a living? What is she wearing? What does her hair look like? What color is the lipstick that she's rocking? What kind of clothes is she wearing? Is she wearing a lot of tank tops? Is she wearing blouses? Are they fitted? Are they loose? How does she speak? How does she carry herself? What are her mannerisms? Is she polite? Is she savage? Is she a little bit of both? You need to know to a T what this woman is doing. What does she do in her free time? What does she do for work? How many hours does she work a day? Is she working for someone else or is she working for herself? Where does she live? Where does she drive? How much money is in her bank account? How is that money getting there? How does she bring value to the world? What are her relationships with herself, her partner, and her family like? These are the things you need to do in order to create a new identity. In the next video, we'll talk more about creating your new identity. I don't want to make this so long, but I really hope that this helped you in some way, shape, or form. I love you so much, my beautiful Womb Aura tribe, and I cannot wait to see you in the next video. And I'm so honored and I'm so glad to be back. Actually, before we go, let's just take a moment to close our eyes here. I just want to breathe with you for a little bit. So take a moment to just close your eyes if you feel called, as long as you're not driving, please. I invite you to place your beautiful hands on your heart, over your heart space. And I just want you to feel the aliveness, the life that just flows through you. Feel your beautiful heart beating. Feel the breath of life coming into your body through your nose. And then just a deep exhale out of the mouth, allowing yourself to come home and ground in your very essence as the beautiful, conscious creator that you are, beautiful, divine woman. A journaling prompt that you can ask yourself and reflect on. What does the old identity of me look like? what version is my higher consciousness wanting me to step into? Deep inhale through the nose, nice and slow and gentle. Hold that breath at the top, in the middle of your forehead. Gently release through the nose, allowing your shoulders to fall away from your ears. Unclenching your jaw, relaxing the forehead, releasing the tension from the eyebrows, offering some neck rolls in either direction, paying attention to any tension that exists in the body and taking a mental note, asking yourself what emotion lives here. As you inhale, I want you to actually see yourself through the eyes of God. God exists within you. And through the eyes of God, what do you see? Do you see how magnificent you are? How loved and loving you are, how beautiful you are. Do you see how important you are? One more beautiful inhale together, ladies. Deep inhale through the nose for 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold for 4, 3, 2, 1, and let go. 3, 2, wiggling your fingers and your toes. I invite you back into this space of healing and of grace. No, I'm not a rapper, but I can do so in a trace. I love you, and I'm so grateful for you. Namaste, ladies. I hope to see you soon.